welcome back to my channel. My name is Surprise, and today we have a get ready with me, just a chit chat. We're just chit chatting about life and the things that I have learned in 2021. This is nothing deep, like please don't expect me to go into detail about the traumas that I faced. No, we're saving that for my therapist. We're talking just about things that I guess are significant in some ways and things that are really just an opinion, and you can share your opinion in the comments if you like. Feel free, girl, like this is a open space. But anyway, I hope that you guys enjoy the video. This is the makeup look that we did. If you want to see how I achieved this makeup look that I have in every picture of mine, please watch. I'd already started with my foundation, so let's do the first lesson for 2021. I'm using my cute journal from Kum Books that I got in the Kum Books in Centurion. Really great. Centurion Mall. Is it called Centurion Mall? I don't know, but that mall in Centurion, that one. So my first lesson for 2021 is it's okay to be materialistic or to seek comfort. I feel like for me right now in my life, I'm at a point where if I can pay for something, for something to get done, or if I can pay for something so that my life is easier, I'm going to pay. If I can afford to, I am going to. And I feel like we live in a culture where people always want to negotiate discounts. Where can I get it cheaper? That is great. But for me, I want a discount, don't get me wrong. But I'm just at a point where it's like, if I can get stuff in my life that are going to make my life easier, and I have to pay a bit of a hefty price, but still not breaking the... Is this the right brush? Hold on, guys. I don't know if this is the right brush. Girl, I'm wondering, like, why is my foundation sliding? Because you don't have the right brush. Surprise. Welcome to my life. Anyway, so as I was saying, guys, it's okay to want convenience. It's okay to pay for convenience. I have people in my life where when I tell them like I paid for something, they're like, oh my gosh, why would you pay for that? And for me, when I'm enjoying that thing, I'm like, I see the benefits. You want some too. So all I'm saying, guys, this is not a deep video. If you're expecting me to be deep, maybe I will be at some point, but right now I'm not. So yeah, like pay for convenience, guys. If you can afford to, if you're in a point in your life where you've worked hard and you can afford to pay for certain things, pay and have your life easy. Like for me, if I could afford to have a housekeeper, I would. If I could afford to have someone come here twice a week to do my laundry, to clean out my fridge, to organize my cupboards, to organize my wardrobe, I would. Right now, it's just not feasible for me financially. I have to do those things myself. But the day I can, baby, she's coming in here thrice a week and she's gonna help me. So I feel like there's nothing wrong. So whatever areas in your life where you feel like you need help and you can afford to pay for it, get it. Like there's no use in like coming home from work, having to cook, and then like, girl, chill. If you can afford to pay for it, pay for it. And that's what 2021 taught me. Like, if I can afford to pay for something, if I can afford to Uber to a place and I don't have to take taxis, I'm going to. Because let's be real quickly about taxis. It's a bit of an adventure, and I'm tired of that adventure. Okay, let's put on some concealer before I talk too much without getting straight to the point, child. We all know how I can be. Sometimes I annoy myself, like, girl, shut up. That was funny to me, okay? I'm just wiping off the excess foundation on my hands with these wipes from Sorbet. These are the hydrating hyaluronic acid wipes. I haven't used these on my face. I guess, I don't know, I just haven't. I use them when should I be saying that? Like one day I want Sorbet to sponsor me. I use them like when I'm wiping stuff off my hands. I've just heard that wipes aren't good for your skin, especially if you have acne prone skin, which is my skin. So I'm just very careful. I mean, I don't have the best skincare routine. I'm just careful. Enough about that. So yeah, that's the first thing, guys. Pay for convenience. Don't be afraid to pay for stuff. And if people make you feel guilty, then they can come and do those things for you since they want to talk so much. So I'm just applying some concealer under my eye just to brighten it up, to bring this look together. I'm thinking of a red lip, but I know oh girl, I didn't blend the foundation properly this side. But I know I'll be eating a lot, so I'm also like, is a red lip a good idea? So my second lesson is that independence is important. So I started working at the age of 19, as most of you might know if you are a fan of my channel or a supporter or a subscriber or you watch my channel often. You will know that I started working at the age of 19. I actually have a video where I speak about my career journey and where I am now. So basically, I've always had to be independent because there was never really that option to sit back and be like, oh, someone else is going to take care of stuff. It always just had to be take care of stuff. No one else is going to do it. No one else is going to like fill in the gap. I have to kind of do it myself. And there are some days where I love my independence. And then there are some days where I feel like it's a disservice because then nobody comes to my aid unless I ask. So even if some people can see that, okay, she's struggling, some people will just like not come to my aid. They'll just act like they can't see, I guess, because I've just portrayed this image of like, I got it all together, which then is my fault, to be quite fair. But anyway, yeah, that's what I've learned, that independence is very important. And I'll give you guys a few examples. Like, obviously, independence, you work your way up to independence. Like, even when I was working at 19, there were still some things that I couldn't do for myself that my mom had to help me with. But I had a couple of meetups with friends this year, one in October and one in December. And I know that if I was living at home, I probably wouldn't have been able to go to those meetups because I would have had to stay with the home. But like moving out and staying in my own place and having that autonomy allowed me to go out and be with my friends. Not that my parents would have said no, maybe they would have, but like not that they would have said no, but it was more so like there would have been a responsibility at home that would have kept me, which then crushes my independence. So like living on my own, being independent in this way has allowed me to like do things that I've always wanted to do, like go out with friends, go out to lunch, go out to coffee at any time. I remember the other night I took myself out on a solo date to the Mall of Africa and I just walked around the mall. I got myself some perfume, like I was just a girl like living her dreams, you get me? So I feel like independence is so important. If you can acquire independence through a job and moving out of home, I say do it. Even if it's like for a year or 2 years, that like teaches you like what life is really like, because I'm at a point in my life where my mom has told me like, you can come back here, so, and she doesn't mean that in a mean way. I think she's just being a mom and saying, okay, you've chosen this path, stick to it, see it through. And I love it. I'm sorry, I'm so annoying sometimes, guys. Like, this is how I am. If you're my friend, you'll be knowing. Anyway, that is the second lesson. They're not a lot, girl. Like, I learned a lot, but some of it I'm just gonna keep to myself. Okay. You can change your opinion as many times as you want to. This is very important to me because I feel like we live in a world where you have to be very polarized in your beliefs about anything. You have to be very, black and white about so many things. And there have been a couple of times in my life where I found myself on the fence about certain opinions that I had a couple of years ago, and looking at my life now, those opinions have changed. My perspective has changed. And I feel like we live in a world where you're not always allowed to express that I receive new information. I now want to change my opinion on a certain belief that I had or on a certain way of thinking. It's as if when you do that, you are seen as someone who's not strong enough in their beliefs or that you are unstable in some way. And I don't think that's the case. I'm not talking about double mindedness here, because I know some of you are probably like, oh my gosh, she's speaking up. No. What I'm saying is that I can have an opinion about I'm really trying not to mention any brand here, like, because one day we're hoping to be sponsored. But anyway, I can have an opinion on concealer, for instance, and be like, oh, I don't use concealer, it's a waste of time, my foundation does the job, it covers all my dark marks, my pigmentation, blah blah blah. And then someone is like, let me put concealer on you so you can see the difference. I'm like, girl, finish your makeup, Hawaii. Then someone, maybe says, let me put concealer on you so you can see like the difference. And then that person puts concealer and then I see the difference. And then I'm like, okay, girl, you've changed my mind. So that's what I mean, is that sometimes you can receive a new piece of information and change your mind about anything, really. And I feel like we should allow people that grace to change their minds. We act like when someone changes their mind, the world is ending, especially if it's someone that you maybe idolize or someone that you maybe look up to. When they change their opinion on something, you then like, oh my gosh, guys, come on. Sibadala. I think most of us watching this YouTube channel are in our 20s. So we are living in an age where we get information consistently. So we are bound to change our minds on something at any point. So yeah, that is my thought, that like, you're allowed to change your opinion. You're allowed to change your mind. You're allowed not to give an opinion. What about that? Like, you're allowed not to give an opinion on certain things. So there's something that Wendy Williams used to say, that there's some conversations she calls kitchen table talk, meaning that it's conversations you have in the privacy of your home with your friends or whoever, and those conversations never make it to the internet. Sorry about that. And I believe that, like, there's some opinions or thoughts or whatever that each of us have that are kitchen table talk, that we only share with the people that are closest to us and that we trust. Because the internet is great, guys. Like, I love social media, but I've seen some things and I'm just very careful lately about which parts of my life I share. Especially even with the job that I do. Like, some people that I've hired end up seeing, my videos, and it puts me in a bit of a weird situation when you're interviewing someone and they like know certain information about you. The joys of being a content creator. So I'm just baking, I think. I don't know, girl. I'm just putting powder on my face, okay? Sorry. I need to remember that I'm filming. Okay, so I'm using the Yardley, it's the Yardley loose powder in caramelized. It's the wrong shade, but girl, it does the job. I wanted the translucent one and I thought this was it, but it wasn't. So I'm using this powder here to set the rest of my face so that this foundation doesn't move. Sorry. So that this foundation doesn't move, the rest of the night that we are celebrating New Year's Eve. We want the foundation to be like, to sit in one place. Like, girl, where you going? You know what I mean? Yeah. Okay, so I think I've given you guys 3 lessons so far. And I think this is the last one. Quality brands are where it's at. Or name brands are where it's at. I'm not talking about Gucci and Dolce & Gabbana here. No, I'm talking about like sneakers, jerseys, and stuff like that. So I'm someone who used to like getting like really cheap like clothing. Like, I was the person that would go to like discounted stores, the red and white one. And I would go and shop there. There's nothing wrong with shopping there. But for me, what I realized was shopping at those stores is that some of those items are damaged. So you buying a damaged item, yes, you can fix it, but you end up paying more than you should have to begin with. So basically, I came to that realization that like, it's okay to go to a store where you can get Nike shoes or Nike sneakers for $2,000, but then you know that these are about to last you for the next 6 years of your life. You get me? So for me, like, that's one of the things that I realized. Like, it's okay to spend money on quality brands. It's okay to spend money on expensive stuff, but it's going to last you a very long time. And as someone who was very into fast fashion, I quickly realized, like, fast fashion, girl, it's really not, it's nice, like, you know, you're on trend and stuff, but like having a staple blazer, maybe that costs 600 Rand from Edgar's or Woolworths, yes, it's expensive, but I know that that blazer I'll be able to wear to any meeting every day and I'm gonna look cute. You get me? So, like, for the year of 2022, we're investing in those expensive basic pieces, and we know that they're gonna last us for years to come. Like, I bought a blazer a couple of years ago as a birthday gift. I think it was for my 21st birthday, actually. I bought a blazer from the store, and the blazer was 100 Rand. It was a beautiful blazer, but girl, like, I think that, like, maybe the 5th time I washed it, like, the blazer was not even like black anymore. It had lost its color and whatnot. So that's exactly what I'm saying, that it's okay to buy quality brands and spend a little bit more, because it might hurt your pocket while you're in store, but in your heart you know that, okay, this blazer, if someone invites me to, I don't know, a wedding for the guys, then you can wear it. For the ladies, I guess a meeting at work or any other thing where blazers are required, you know? So I think for me, that's where I'm at. No more fast fashion. Like, I mean, I always support fast fashion, Shein and them, but I'm like also thinking about, like, if I can get a quality blazer from Edgar's for 400 Rand, then I'm going to do that. You get me? So yeah, guys, those are my lessons for 2021. I know they're so basic, but yeah, girl. Okay, so I just want to finish off this makeup look and then I will be back. I'm so slow. Like, I'm realizing that. I'm very slow. So I've put on foundation, concealer, powdered my face. I've contoured. We've done everything. I don't wear eyeshadow for the simple fact that I have hooded eyes. So look at my eyes. They have hoods. So, oh girl. It's a real girl. Okay, let me do my eyebrows and I'll be back, girl. So now we're gonna style, this is my mic, so yeah. Now we're gonna style my braids, my knotless braids. I really am enjoying them, like, no cap. I got mom arms, like, for real, like, for real. You need someone that can cook? Give me a call, okay? Okay, I'm just wiping off the excess foundation on my hand so that it doesn't get onto my hair. So we're using this AfriTrue Naturals Moisturizing Curls Hydrating Foaming Wrap and Set Mousse for all hair types. So I've seen a lot of American braiders use mousse. And also the thing about mousse is that it's light, so it doesn't weigh the hair down. I could be wrong, you know, I could be wrong in my observations, but that's just been my experience. Okay, I'm gonna take off this earring while I do this. And I'll put it back on after. Yeah, so that's just my observation, child. I use a lot of it to tame all the flyaways, and it smells nice as well. Final look, girl. Okay, girl. Yeah. Okay, girl, what do you think? What do you think? What do you think, girl? Girl, I gave you some simplicity. You know what, girl? I gave you everything.